Welcome to the fifth part of the STASIS playthrough, which I'm trying to get over. And in the last part of the playthrough, I arrived into hydroponics and I was a little bit stuck with the queen there. So, all in all, everything was solved by the big fire. And I was able to go down one more level, which supposedly should be my daughter. Now, after finding out some really disturbing messages, I got into one room which needs to be thoroughly explored, and hopefully sooner or later I'll find my little girl. Here. Note. Nice. Let's check out where we can find it.
They're almost human, especially their eyes.
Don't get too close.
Not for ballistic purposes, but to limit the splatter range. Fluid drainage. The room designs wisely included drains. The twin-wall fluid drainage system is small, designed to integrate the fluid separate. Let's check the terminal first. Pick that up. This building is wasting a lot of
This shit is straight out of the eugenics war. I taught this in my history class. All of this research will be lost. Does that mean that this was for nothing?
For nothing.
The creature stares at the black box and seems healthy, though judging by the fur in its eyes, it's far from blessed. Yes, from your predictable motocross peregrination without delirious. Oh, but he's barely shown signs of life. Let's Subject 82509 Lana. Subject host Derek Gordon, First Lieutenant Erin Lyson. Subject observation. The obnoxious subject appears to have inherited her mother's powerful physical build and latent aggression. Lana has the makings of an excellent alpha female candidate. Recommendation: move Lana to a group cell. His isolation appears to promote irritability. Subject 82517 Daryl. Host Willow Brody. Nurse Medical Deck. Subjective observation: quiet but intelligent, attempting to pick the lock from his cell yesterday but failed to escape. Excellent puzzle solving skills and while especially aggressive, has a strong belt, a thinker, clearly. Subject 82522 Frederick. Host Mary Maxwell, non-crew member. Caterer from Phobos. Subject observation. Subject shows little of his mother's soul form, but is a shrewd hunter. Stalks and learns tactics by observing the others. Appears to be developing a strong tactical mind. Subject 82599 May. That's not what I wanted to read. Subject host Alan Marachek, space tourist. Subject observations: one to watch, cunning, extraordinarily fast and dangerous. Appears to prefer isolation, as attempting pairings results in fatalities. Takes an alpha role, easily dominated the other known and definite candidate for Lana's mate. Okay, so looks like my wife has been part of this as well.
Notice, its radio's fault tolerance system is now active.
PDAs. Instructor creature.
Don't go any further. I'm warning you now.
How could you do this?
I do with my children as I see fit.
It's barbaric.
Spare me the pity of the righteous. Your daughter owes her life to me.
What do you know about Rebecca?
ARG was cured on this ship, Mr. Marachek. Cancer, HIV, Ebola. I eliminated them all. Her life is mine to do it as I choose. Oh yes, I know about everything, Johnny boy. I know about your daughter. And all about your wife. You are accountable.
Jan has signal, John. You need to hurry. We're close.
alien, the impossible. The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the Grumman continues to reach the vanguard of scientific discovery for all mankind. Yet I feel dissatisfied even as the peons who work under me celebrate the new year. I wonder why. Why would you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? The reason is clear: comfort. They fear the unknown, the alien, the impossible. I do not. I embrace the informing cosmos with open arms. The problems with the research we do is the humans doing it, constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear. We try to grasp the infinite and give it a framework that ill fits its cosmic splendor. This is my 10th year as a special project director for Game Corporation. Despite my discoveries and quest for knowledge, I'm held back at every turn by paperwork, moralizing scientists, and that group of degenerate toadies that I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, then my world would be God, my world, not the world of a corporation. Still, they have their uses. The research is funded by Kane and the Grumman is kept running by the money and personnel they provide. But the time will come when all this changes. You are my words. March 19. Dr. Beckman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm inundated with emails from departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grand masquerade is sometimes more tedious than its actual worth. Worst of all was Dr. May and the technician, Miss Callisto, is it? I normally make sure work of such troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must learn to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims and somebody will always take up the Crusader stage. Dr. Beckman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is as brilliant as he is deranged, yet manages to go about his work with a systematic glee. He is useful to have around. He has requested more bodies for seed, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic, as we have very few such women on board, and imports are not easy to come by. We may have to play this one under the radar. My 20. The importance of seed. That fool Dr. Gray complained yet again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the bug attacks. So what? Let them spill out onto the decks as far as I'm concerned. The importance of seed undergoes the hydroponics projects by 1,000 I do like playing chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every time. A little fact he's unlikely to tell anyone, although he does seem quite happy to contact everyone who is interested, with the opinion that he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian, you could not handle what I do. You believe otherwise, then you're as great as fool as I imagine you to be. When the day that I foresee comes, your rotting corpse will be under my feet, and I will laugh. Julie the 4th, recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid. Dr. Williams is still under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid. How fascinating. If it works, I make use of it. If it doesn't, then it will burn the rest of the rejects. The woman is obsessed, and I know that the Santos is playing no small part in feeding her indulgence. I know her secret research won't cause me any problems, or I would never have allowed her on Project Seed. October 23rd. He'll keep the fungus alive. So it seems contaminated waste from the disposal was contaminating the ship. It's causing fungal growth, or so my various drones tell me. The fungus is a riveting proposition, while I'm a great Dr. Beckman for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these unintended side effects are fascinating. I intimidated as much as Dr. Ray, and of course, stroke his ego with hints as promotion. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want to destroy it, but I'm sure we can delay it. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't even had to lift a finger. So while they clutter my inbox with demands and wrong burns, I plan to play the violin. We're more than secure here anyway, and this has a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments as experiment grows. November 30. It is as I foresaw. Panic, distraction, and mayhem. It is as I foresaw. Panic, distraction, and mayhem. And you see it, and yet see it continuous pace. Once the fervor and the flame dies down, we'll speed the decks of detritus and reput them so fit for my beautiful creations. No more doing flints for the mankind. God is no longer in the machine, my friends. I am the God. December 25. My beautiful children have excelled themselves. They kill, they learn, they adapt. Private species without any of the trappings of morality. It's their time. They almost came to be once many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity. Afraid of its natural successors, this systematic extermination was given a name, the eugenics wars. The public knew it as comparative warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Gerard's astounding discovery and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I came in. I spent most of my life as part of Kane, trying to access Professor Gerard's original work. Old man Kane pushed me to the top because we shared an ideal, the utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much more to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in his hospital bed, all for a higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw subjects will become impossible now, then the cure or death, dying or unclean, but it's hardly an issue. Any subjects who were flawed or imperfect have been turned into the fertilizer that will nurture the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving to the range of any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape this ship alive anymore. Any good, strong survivors will become members of the new race. I am the creator. I am their creator. I control. I transcend. February 2nd. The Santos. I'm so very disappointed. A distress signal. I thought we were one mind here at sea. I'll castrate and destroy his betrayal. Your body is hardly worthy of becoming one of my children. But for now, I must do this accursed signal. I cannot hide from the bargain. Drug peddling little fuck. The creature screams in its medical restraint, with black eyes in a sunken grey face glare with malice. I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearance. August 8th. I got this July 23. I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearance and murder of two scientists in the employ of Dr. Malan. A strange matter to be sure. I've been observing the movement performance of some of these eggheads, and I can't say I'm too impressed. Does anybody around here record their comics or goings? Or make any notes? There is no traditional organization in this department whatsoever. Project Seed answers to nobody. This I know, but I thought the specific scientific types always made me notes. Note that I care, not that I care about admin, but I very much care about finding out new selling these great secrets. Industrial secrets are a matter of life and death, especially death in this case. My investigation will be thrown, and no stone will be left unturned. The stuff here are strange. In fact, I'd say a lot of them are even crazy, but I couldn't care less about that. I just want names and answers. August 8th. I got this job because I get things done, not because of my caring personality. At the moment people are talking, I'm raged to my investigation, but security is constantly an essential part of shipboard life, especially when we are talking about industrial espionage. I'm not sure where the two missing scientists are, but it seems based on the modified records I found that they were killed and ejected into space. Any other man would assume that these two were criminals, but I don't buy that. As far as suspects go, I ruled out Charlotte Williams and Marvin DeSantos. Charlotte because she doesn't know where she is half of the time, and DeSantos because he's just smoking shit for brains. I'm confident that he's involved in drug dealing, and I will give him this. He is cautious and acts like he's a real ladies' man, but I know the truth. I've seen him rejected repeatedly at the bar. September 3. Since July, I've had to operate under the pretense that I'm an assistant. It's lucky that in my career I had some emergency room experience. The only other person who knows about my team members here is Dr. Melan. He's been encouraging. He constantly supplies me with information that I require for my investigation, and at times he's a little over-helpful. Still, he seems honest enough for the record. I'm well aware of the kind of man Dr. Melan is. I've seen his experiments with my own eyes. I've seen what happens when the bodies are redisposed of burning fires of the furnaces. But he does what's required to justify the means. There are few men in this world who do that. What has to be done? For that I admire him. He told me to watch all Dr. Williams' experiments. It seems they're unofficial, and although I prepared a report to Kane to have her removed from her position, Dr. Malan immediately ignored my request. I respect him, but to be honest, I don't like having my authority involved. November 12th. Beckman, of all people, was sniffing around today. It seems the old psychopath suddenly became curious. I asked Dr. Malan for further instructions, and he told me to incapacitate the old man. It is I did. A shame I had to break the old guy's kneecaps. Honestly, I was hoping to slit his throat, but Dr. Malan insisted that he remain alive. Alive and in pain, but unable to move. I'm revising my earlier opinion of that DeSantos character. I still think he's a pathetic little shit, but I don't believe he was partly responsible for some of the stolen information. He strikes me as an amateur, but up to this by an outside agent. I'll deal with DeSantos soon, but first I've got to monitor his movements. Make one move, Mel, and I have you. December 17. Dr. Mellon has earmarked me for one of his experiments. I know this because when I attempted to leave the ship to report to Kane Corporation, I discovered that my access was restricted and blocked. I came back to my quarters and found Dr. Mellon waiting here. He was waiting with two of those hellish creatures that he's created. I'm squeamish, but those things make me nauseous. I'm currently awaiting what he calls processing. I suppose at this stage I should make peace with God. I've killed many men in my life, and I'll never say that I feel remorse for it. And I last notes on this affair are that Dr. Malan himself is at the heart of the events on board the ship. I was blind to it. I refused to believe that he was capable of creating such devastation. I always thought that scientists like control, but Malan breaks all the rules as far as science is concerned. The leaked information on the photograph of the missing scientist, I'm beginning to suspect he even knew that the STASIS was actually serving intelligence and may have fed him the information to sell. To what end? I don't know. I suspect it was because the STASIS got Beckman dragged to the eyeballs with whatever powerful signals he had to have so Beckman could continue his work. I can hear the machines being turned on. I welcome my fate. At least I know what I did my job for Cape Corporation. More sick stuff by the scientists in the lab. Let's check out the subject on the table.
Maybe. No. Maybe if it... No, that won't work. Try to make it fit, but it may break. This isn't gonna work. I can't see it working like that. This isn't gonna work.
Just as I took my most adult thread my edge and began concocting a way of bringing you back to life, I always called you my little Frankenstein. Do you remember? Shredding the bone and letting life perfectly replace you until the ultimate goal. Well, now when Project Seed entering its second phase, let's go forward and put to practice. March 20. The laboratories are off limits between 2 AM and 4 AM, so that's why usually I prepare all of the calculation matching settings in my computers. I keep the subject under a false name in one of the pods. So far, not even Dr. Malan knows what I'm going. Each major laboratory operation I perform takes no more than an hour. And I always erase the mission icons at the end of each one. I'm using your DNA rearming with the enhanced genetic abilities of the genetic material we already synthesized for seed. You will be reborn, but you will be in pervasive physical degeneration, immune to sickness and pain. I have done perfect. When you stand healthy, unblemished, and constituted for my orgasm. Things have felt strangely lately. My work continues, but I swear, darling Francis, I can feel you watching me. I'm trying to work long hours to complete the new and reborn, but it's not easy. Marvin has already had a look at some of my work. I'm sure as if he'd have any concept of what I'm trying to achieve anyway. Julie 30. I still wonder, my darling, why you accused me as you died. You know it was an accident. I know you remember that. It wasn't murder. I never committed a murder. We tested the pathogen on those troublesome neighbors. It was an experiment. How were we to know that they changed that on their own innards? I suppose that was a possibility, but that's science. I feel for your continued life, for your else knows I'm decontaminating you. I'm an extra test to make sure it was not flat. Altered DNA. I'm anxious. I started scratching my arms badly. At this rate, I may end up looking like the little stoned Pac-Man. December 29. My dearest Francis, I have failed you. Alan knows he confronted me about it directly. He wants me to make you just like him. I cannot have a crown of force like some dog on the street. The very idea of fancy me. I will protect you and my life will be reborn. I swear this on my life.
It doesn't work like that. I don't think this will fit. This isn't gonna work. Maybe if it... No, that won't work. Nah, that's ridiculous.
Warning. Redundancy B, C, L, S, has failed an initial test. Technician Lucas, please report to security office.
Removal of this power cell will result in power interruptions in areas adjacent to this node.
Okay, I know how to solve the puzzle now. We will use the power cells and all this stuff next to the strange body.
Removal of this power cell may result in subject termination and/or equipment failure.
Go to sleep. My baby. Don't worry.
Now we have 3 power cells, and it's time to awaken that experiment, or whatever it will do with the cells. Just in case to save. wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. No? Let's go to the next room.
Warning. The environmental control and life support system has been compromised. Please report to the visitor center for further instructions.
Nothing here. No.
Abnormal neural activity detected.
You can imagine people being farmed through here like cattle. It is not a pleasant picture. Okay. We need to get to here. To animal testing. Oh. Nothing here.
Needs to know about this. That's just crazy. Although... no. Crazy. I can try to make it fit, but it may break. I think that would break.
Solar panels damaged in section 19B on the RM81. Auxiliary electrical subsystem engaged.
That's just crazy. Although... no. Crazy. I can try to make it fit, but it may break. This isn't gonna work. It doesn't work like that.
Another place where I got lost.
Maybe if it... No, that won't work.
restaurants on levels 2 and 3 are now closed.
I know why you're here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit!
Listen, Milan.
Dr. Malan.
Let's discuss this rationally.
Enough! I'll see you soon, Miss Ainsley. Give my regards to Olivia.
Mr. Maracek, you sneaky bastard. Not to worry, I can speed up this little family reunion.
What have you done with Rebecca?
She's right here.
Rebecca!
You took away my life's work, Mr. Maracek. Now let me return the favor. Cage 7 open. Enjoy the show. I'm off to deal with Judas.
A little bit disturbing.
John, I understand you're emotional. Still get Helen. We can save her.
splattering blood.
You need to put your daughter's DNA into the scanner.
I know.
I'm living in a nightmare. I can't do this. I just can't do this.
You don't have a choice. Milan is a monster. We need to find Ellen. You need to put Rebecca's blood into the scanner. Now!
DNA sequence initiated. Complete.
Scanning. Can you get out of there?
Dispose of biological material for processing at Recycling Station 0314.
Man, I didn't expect that kind of reunion with my daughter. Okay, let's try to go to the recycling drain.
Sleep now, my angel.
John? Are you there?
Yes.
I found her. Your wife is in the military then. I'm on my way there.
Let's read the PDA. Vane H. Jones, Drainage Service Technician Line 3. Block 1988, deleted and now damaged. Abandonment, no feeling like it. Betrayal, there's another one that cuts deep. To be betrayed and abandoned by your own family. Well, fuck. What can I say? It's been 10 years since Maggie put my name into the Progressive Assisted Selected Suicide Lottery for 10,000 cash from the government. No questions asked. They said it was a fantastic deal. All that cash and only a super slim chance that my name would be selected. Estate wins in the long run. With one less welfare case, my family gets a cash bonus. Did I have to say this? No. So April 15 rolls along in bed, just my luck. My name is picked along with a few thousand other unlucky bastards. I did the only thing I could, the only thing I've ever really done. I ran. I joined Kane Corporation and headed as far away from my blood-sucking life as possible. I worked my way up the ranks here. Level 3 gets me limited seat access, which means I clean up some weird and disgusting shit, but at least nobody talks to me or asks questions, so that suits me just fine. Who cares? At least I'm alive and kicking, master of my own destiny. Keeping that in mind, I've been stuck in this room for a few days, knowing only the death has company. Nobody is looking for me, at least the bodies have stopped falling into the acid pots. That green wool is my way out to a better place. I sip good shit, and I'll be assisting my own goddamn suicide. To anybody reading this, please pass this message to my wife. Fuck you, Maggie.
Okay, I'm in the military wing. It's dark. No lights.
Keep your head down and stay away from the walls. And listen, you'll hear him before you see him.
Yes, okay. Okay. Too close. That was too goddamn close.
Calm yourself. Panic and you won't make it. Focus. Breathe. Shit, Tia. Come in.
I can hear you. I made it. I'm in a storage locker. I don't think they saw me. I'll contact you when I'm clear.
I'll be waiting.
Warning. Oxygen processor has experienced a critical failure.
Report to the visitor
Center for immediate evacuation.
More dead bodies.
That's just crazy. Although... no, crazy.
Let's try this out.
I'm in the limb regeneration lab. Her arms, legs.
One step at a time. How close are you to Ellen?
She's in a storage bay. 2 floors up. I'm close.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Child sells his carcass a piece of the plating, flickers for fruits, piercing the translucent skin at odd angles.
That's Rebecca!
I'm in the cargo bay. I'm close. 5 yards. 4, 3. Got her.
What is it? Is she okay?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, John. She's fine. Still in stasis. I'm going to have to find a way to move her to the hangar.
Please, be careful. Keep her under. The last time I woke someone up.
Let's throw this to the box.
This is a test of the emergency evacuation announcement system. Test 1, 2, 3.
Almost at the hangar. John, I need to explain the situation.
Well, Miss Hensley. And it looks like you brought our friend along.
Milan! Saya!
Let's check the video. Jared Winslow. February 6th. I tried real hard not to think any less of Scotty. But I swear the boy ain't got carrying a bone in his body. Plus, I bet he don't know what any of those big words he uses mean. He's always hinting that when we're back home we can be partners in business. I got myself a job on a damn spaceship. Does he reckon I need any help getting a job? March 15. Back before the rapid transport system was running through the room like folks used to get around in those really slow transport routes, I found one tucked behind a pile of storage crates. I've been working on it for maybe a month now. I reckon I can get it working. April 1st. Scotty played on April Fool's joke with me. Dumped some water on me while I was working on the pot. I accidentally cut him real bad with a wrench. Anyway, I'm gonna play a little joke on him and set his favorite book on fire. But not today. Sometime when he won't expect it. June 5. Pot's coming along great. A couple more months and maybe I can test it out. My kid brother, Judd, would be so proud. He uses to help me work cars all the time. One time he was fixing the brakes on this old clunker when one of the jacks broke. I know he's in a better place now, but I still feel bad. I pray about it every day and I know that God knows that I didn't mean to do it. I promise to him that I'm trying not to be so angry anymore. August 22. All finished. Had to get some parts printed with the nanite machine, but I'm sure Stefan didn't mind much. Can't wait to try it out. August 23. Scotty says the pot won't work and that I'll get into trouble for it. Who the hell does he think he is? I made sure it would work. I ain't stupid. It's getting real hard to breathe and just pray about stuff. People like Scotty, God lets them live for some reason or other. October 24. like mama on laundry day. So the gang is just about gone. Bad news is, it's all over the damn place. Scotty has been really nice since I burned that book of his. November 20. Scott is nicer every day. The Bible said he'd change if I was nice to him. And look what happened. A little bit of bread goes a long way in the house of God. December 19. Damn, this ain't good. The ship's on level 7 lockdown. Looks like we're gonna get real familiar with one another down here. December 23. Folks must have got mighty hungry. Screams are echoing everywhere. Scotty and me are gonna lock down engineering, shut down the baskets and close the umbilical bridge. Keeps them away from the twins. December 25. It's just all over. I swear I didn't mean to. I couldn't get Scotty to shut it and stop making ruckus. I just wanted to shut him up. I swear I didn't push too hard, but for God's sake, he was being so damn loud. It just gets to where a guy can't take it no more. He thought he was better than me all along. Well, he's dead now. He's staring at me. Got to tuck him away somewhere. December 27. I hear him. He's been laughing, crying, cracking jokes. He won't stop. Can't get him to stop. Folks say I can fix just about anything with the screwdriver. Already fixed Scotty. Already fixed Judd. God wants us to fix folks when they're broken. Can I fix me? Check the terminal. What terminal? Test database. Database incomplete. Maintenance bay pod control. March 1st. Test message. Attempting to fix the pod terminal. Test message. I think I got it working. Sort the W. Backspace don't work. We still can't do much, but make entries. March 14. Test message. Oh, on open, how do I get access to the other functions? April the 5th. System notification failed to complete transmission. Path, fuck you. You ain't a goddamn radio is invalid or recipient is currently offline. May 12. Database incomplete. June 20. Update. Terminal now recognizes the pod door hydraulics have been accessed but not opened. August 22, pod functional. Pod is ready to roll. Terminal looks well enough but cannot get erased test posts. Maintenance bay pod control. Maintenance bay pod open.
Oh no, come on.
Let's check this first.
Creatures are following their base instincts. breeding, eating.
This is the final boarding call for Chelsea Bean and Parasei Sushi. Please proceed to Gate 9 immediately. Smoking is prohibited for the duration of the evacuation procedures. Drink a Duke Cola instead.
This way out. A lot of corpses. No items to pick up. Let's go outside.
A heavy loader. Looks like it was sealed in during construction. Never seen anything as disgusting as this place.
I repeat,
An
this
effigy
is
has
the
been
final boarding
scanned
call
from
for
this
Seed
little
Level
box.
9
It's a
employees.
unknown.
Thank you.
Shit.
Okay, there are some hybrids here. This genetic anomaly grows from the wall like a cancerous tumor. Okay. Take plasma cutter. Load the distribution box. Okay, looks like I got everything. Power cell and plasma cutter.
I think that'll just break it. I think that would break. Frozen body. Ah. That was an eye. Nothing else. Check the PDA. It was Scott Tanaka. February 6. Jared would make for a useful business partner. But I can't even suggest it without him erupting into a fit of rage and beginning to rant. That ain't how it's done in my family. Does the man honestly expect to get anywhere without once taking help from those more intelligent than he is? February 11. The Groom Lake has been a pleasure to be about thus far. Much more entertaining than being on Earth. Even my family private island isn't this entertaining. Granted, there isn't much left to do, now that all the indigenous animals have been hunted and killed. Space, however, is infinite.
March 20. I feel as though planning on April Fool's joke almost 2 weeks in advance is a little pathetic, especially when the plan consists of a single prank, pouring water on Jared. April 2nd. I poured water on him, just a little glass, and the consequence? The hulking dingwit chased me down the corridor with a wrench, slicing a reasonable portion of my forehead open. I am now thoroughly convinced that he is deranged and will be doing some investigation. May 14. After agreeing to transfer a sum of money, I convinced Dr. Grimm to obtain Jared's medical records for me. Jared really is mentally ill. He suffers from outbursts of rage. According to one report, he murdered his brother by crushing him to death with a car. It goes on to note that Jared believes it to be the will of the Lord, capitalized just like that. How in the hell did he manage to get a position in the most important area of this ship? I have to stay on his good side. June 4th. I'm beginning to miss my father's mansion more with each passing day. Having maids and chefs to cater to me is how I was raised. To be responsible for cleaning up after myself and walking all the way to the mess hall for food remains a challenge. August 23. Sometimes I question my own sanity. I briefly criticized Jared's hobby of repairing that old transport pod and the daggered stare he gave me in return. What did I think I could possibly accomplish by talking to him about it? August 27th. Unbelievable. He burned my thesaurus. Jared marched towards me, ripped it from my hands and set it on fire. Then he screamed, "April Fools!" and sprinted away, waving the burning pages above his head. September 19th. I can't begin to say how many times I've retyped my entries. They feel not as good. There's a better word, I swear it. I would kill to get my thesaurus back. How can anyone respect me if I don't sound smart? September 28th. I give up. I ran into Dr. Grimm today and he remarked that I sounded like less of a pretentious asshole. Guess I should just talk like an ordinary person from now on. Oh hey, ordinary is a pretty big word. October 30. My arms hurt. It was hard work to get all of that fungus out of the generators. We did it, although cleaning is not easy. I feel a sense of accomplishment. November 13. I guess Jared isn't all bad. He apologized to me today for losing his temper so often. And you know what? I apologized in return. I don't remember the last time I did that. November 15. Holy shit. It turns out the guy had a bunch of rations tucked away. He shared them with me, even though he's almost out. If I don't start to that here, I may have to put him in charge of Tanaka Investments charity, which doesn't exist yet. November 22. Rations are here. We have just enough food in the freezer to last us. We're far less hungry than the guys manning the twins. I have to say, I'm impressed. Not sure how those guys have had the energy to keep us afloat with so little to eat. Those guys are titans. December 23. Engineering is now on total lockdown. We have to keep whatever those things are away from the generators. I don't think that we'll ever see the light of day again. At least when I die, it will be with the only real friend I ever had. Okay, nothing else. Let's go to the last.
propose boarding announcement to lifeboat 8 through 25. Any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding at this time.
The first place which does not look sick after a long time.
Did you know? Kane Mining Limited was Welcome to the Groom Lake Visitor Center. Kane Corporation trusts that you'll enjoy your stay. Please. Welcome to the Groom Lake Visitor Center. Welcome to the Groom Lake Visitor Center. Kane Corporation trusts that you'll enjoy your stay. Welcome to the Groom Lake Visitor Center. Kane Corporation trusts that you'll enjoy your stay. Please ensure your personal data tag is updated with your medical history and is functioning correctly. Kane was born to an impoverished family in January the 26th, 2000. His mother Clara was a store clerk and his father Edmund was a veterinarian. Henry Kane was born to an impoverished family in January the 26th, 2000. His mother Clara was a store clerk and his father Edmund was a veterinarian. Henry Kane was born to an impoverished family in January the 26th, 2000. His mother Clara was a store clerk and his father Edmund was a veterinarian. Launched in 2100, the tower was 6,106 feet long. This massive nuclear fusion-powered ship was used extensively as a planetary mining platform. 15 years of atmospheric exposure resulted in a weakened hull and her decommissioning. Kane Mining Limited was founded in 2050. Henry Kane was appointed to exercise control over East Asian Pacific debt repayment through mining asset acquisition. This poster depicts a 95-year-old Henry Kane in the prime of his life. This poster depicts a 95-year-old Henry Kane in the prime of his life. In 2116, Kane Corporation recruited a vessel from its mining fleet to be repurposed as a laboratory. Did you know? Kane Mining Limited was rebranded as Kane Corporation in June 2019.
No, I didn't know that.
Welcome to the Groom Lake Visitor.
The tower was rechristened the Groom Lake in 2120 when she left dry dock and began her journey towards the outer planets.
And is functioning correctly. Kane Mining Limited.
Lifeboats have departed from gate A1, B2, C3, C4 and C5.
Charles Clark Kane has proudly taken over the reins from his father and continues his family's legacy.
2009, Charles Clark Kane has proudly taken over the reins from his In 2077, a mile below the surface, Camp 571 in Japan produced a treasure trove of medical research documentation. Did you know? Henry Kane served in the military and was a decorated naval aviator. A replica of a statue of remembrance that stands in Washington, D.C. The rapid advancement of medical research and its auxiliary studies culminated in the perfection of genetic manipulation. Popularized by the media as a medical Cold War, the eugenics age far exceeded selective breeding. In 2049, a worldwide ban was placed on unapproved genetic modification. Did you know? Kane Corporation has been the world's most valuable company for over 6 decades.
Destroyed 5 months. What a luck.
Without a family, man, alone in the world, trembles with the cold.
Mr. Marajek.
John, shoot him! Kill him now!
I may have pulled the trigger, so to speak, but you and Miss Hensley loaded the gun!
Don't try to worm your way out of this, you goddamn monster.
Monster? By whose standards do you call me a monster? The morals of men don't apply to gods!
How unexpected. Another try.
Murderer!
You really are a roach, Mr. Marajek.
John, shoot him! Kill him now!
I may have pulled the trigger, so to speak, but you and Miss Hensley loaded the gun!
Don't try to worm your way out of this, you goddamn monster.
Monster? By whose standards do you call me a monster? The morals of men don't apply to gods!
Tia, grab hold of something!
Fucking hell!
security lockdown initiated.
Quantum storage device damaged and door missing. Fracture of femur detected. Scapula damaged. Seek immediate medical attention.
Ellen, did you... Have we got her?
I do. She's here.
It's over. It's all over. It's over. It's all over. It's over. It's over.
I'm sorry, it wasn't supposed to end like this. Waking you was a mistake, John. But I'm happy to have met you.
I don't understand. Tyr, what do you mean? You woke me? Answer me!
We needed a way to transport the research off the Groom Lake. And your wife's bone marrow was a perfect storage device.
Research? This is about fucking research?
Yes! It's about research. Worth billions, John. Billions.
So you caused all of this? You let those things loose?
No, I'm not that sloppy. The idiots we sent to get your wife's body turned off all the containment protocols. We lost Ellen in all the chaos. That pussy Yuri was on his way to you when Milan got involved.
On his way to get my DNA.
It was the only way to locate the data carrier in this shitfest. Old man Kane will be rolling in his grave when I sell his secrets.
You're just like Milan.
Is that what you think? John, do you love your wife? Well, I loved my husband, and Kane's security forces murdered him during a protest. Kane Corporation took everything from me, and now I will burn them to the ground.
You don't have to do this. You don't.
Two stasis pods, hon. It was never gonna happen.
Selenographic coordinates confirmed. Autopilot has been engaged. Time to departure. 15 minutes.
Ischemia normalized.
You never had any intention of helping me. You used me. You used my family.
It's not personal.
Not personal. You bitch.
Guilty.
Tyr. Fuck you.
This vessel has been cleared for departure.
The ultra-luxury space vehicle 6 badge in the hangar. A low hum of the engine indicates that the vessel is moored up and ready to flee from this prison.
Security command control notified.
The bullet-riddled corpse lies still in a pool of fresh blood.
destination changed.
I love you, Ellen.
That's it. My first adventure game after 15, maybe 20 years which I played. And it's cool. Didn't expect that kind of ending, to be honest.